Kettlebells are one of the most versatile tools a fighter can use. Exactly what you need for MMA. Ten best kettlebell moves for MMA fighters. Welcome back. These 10 kettlebell moves will sharpen your power, build your core, and condition your body for fight intensity. Let's break them down. First up, kettlebell rotational deadlift. Start in a staggered stance with a kettlebell placed between your feet. Hinge at the hips, keeping your chest up, shoulders retracted, and spine neutral as you grip the kettlebell with both hands. As you drive upward, push through your heels and rotate your torso toward the lead leg. Keep the kettlebell close to your body to stay stable and avoid letting your back round forward. At the top, pause briefly before lowering back down with control. This exercise targets your obliques, glutes, and hamstrings together. This is a movement fighters use constantly. Perform 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps per side. Here's a fact. Adding rotation to the hip hinge directly develops the torque used in knockout punches and explosive wrestling drives. Next up, kettlebell figure 8 swing. Stand with feet wider than shoulder width and hold the kettlebell in one hand. Swing it back between your legs, then pass it off to the other hand, weaving it in a smooth figure 8 motion around your legs. Your hips should be the engine here. Snap them forward to generate force and guide the kettlebell fluidly. Keep your knees bent, core braced, and eyes forward to stay balanced. Don't let the weight pull you off position. Your abs and glutes must stabilize every transfer. This move builds coordination, hip explosiveness, and grip strength while demanding cardiovascular output. Perform 3 sets of 12 to 16 passes. Fun fact. The figure 8 pattern mimics fight sequences where the body changes angles quickly while staying braced under tension. Moving on, kettlebell thruster. Rack a kettlebell in each hand at shoulder height with elbows tucked. Lower into a deep squat, pushing your hips back and keeping your chest tall. Drive explosively upward through your heels, and as you stand tall, press the kettlebells overhead in one fluid motion. Lock out fully overhead, then lower the weights back to your shoulders as you sink into the next squat. The thruster develops lower body power, upper body strength, and cardiovascular endurance all at once. For fighters, it mimics how strikes are delivered, with hips, core, and arms working together in one explosive chain. Perform 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. Here's a fact. Thrusters burn more calories and build greater conditioning because they link 2 compound movements into one continuous effort. Now, kettlebell alternating press on floor. Lie on your back holding a kettlebell in each hand, arms extended above your chest. Slowly lower one kettlebell until your upper arm touches the ground, keeping your elbow at a 45-degree angle for joint safety. Press it back up while the other stays extended overhead. Alternate sides with control, keeping your ribs down and core tight. This movement limits the range of motion, forcing the chest and triceps to generate power without help from momentum. For MMA, this is gold. It trains ground and pound pressing strength and teaches you to deliver repeated power from compromised angles. Perform 3 sets of 10 reps per side. Here's a fact. Floor pressing reduces shoulder strain while building fight-specific pressing endurance for ground strikes. Next up, Kettlebell Gorilla Row. Place 2 kettlebells on the floor shoulder width apart. Bend your knees slightly, hinge at your hips, and grab both handles with a neutral grip. Row 1 kettlebell explosively toward your ribs while keeping the other rooted to the ground. Lower with control and repeat on the other side, maintaining a half squat position throughout. Your abs should resist rotation while your lats and traps pull hard. This move builds upper body strength, back thickness, and unilateral pulling power. Skills you need to dominate clinch control, grip grips free, or throw opponents off balance. Perform 3 sets of 8 to 10 rows per arm. Fun fact, Gorilla Rows mimic the asymmetric pulling and bracing fighters do constantly when controlling opponents in grappling exchanges. Moving on, Kettlebell Alternating Renegade Row. Start in a strong high plank with a kettlebell in each hand. Row 1 kettlebell to your side, keeping your hips square and resisting rotation. Lower with control, then row on the opposite side. Keep your body in a straight line from head to heels, glutes and abs tight, and avoid sagging hips. This forces your core to stabilize while your arms pull under load. Think of it as striking or posting with one arm, while keeping the rest of your body steady. Renegade rows also demand grip endurance and shoulder stability, key attributes for holding dominant positions or breaking free from clinches. Perform 3 sets of 10 reps per side. Here's a fact. This exercise is one of the best for teaching your body to resist rotation under load, exactly what fighters face in scrambles. Now, Kettlebell 2-arm military press. Clean 2 kettlebells into rack position, resting them against your forearms and shoulders. Stand tall, brace your abs, and press both bells overhead until your arms lock out fully. Lower back under control to the rack position can repeat. Unlike dumbbells, kettlebells demand more from your engaging your obliques, glutes, and hamstrings together. Keep your elbows slightly forward at the top. This move builds strong, resilient shoulders while teaching you to press with stability. For fighters, this is invaluable. It means keeping your guard high without fatiguing and throwing strikes with greater consistency. Perform 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Here's a fact. Strong shoulders reduce injury risk and keep fighters effective deep into later rounds. Up next, Kettlebell Sit Up Press. Lie on your back, holding a kettlebell close to your chest. Perform a sit-up, and as you reach the top, press the kettlebell overhead before lowering back down under control. Keep your core braced throughout and avoid jerking the weight. Breathe steadily to match the movement. This hybrid exercise combines abdominal strength with pressing endurance, teaching you to generate force even from awkward positions, like striking off your back or pushing away in a scramble. Over time, it builds explosive hip flexion, strong ABS, and overhead pressing strength all in one. Perform 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Fun fact. Sit-up presses condition fighters to attack or defend effectively, even when they're grounded or fatigued. Moving on, kettlebell plank pass-through. Begin in a strong high plank with a kettlebell just outside one hand. Reach across with the opposite hand to drag the kettlebell underneath your torso and set it down on the other side. Reset your plank, then repeat in the opposite direction. Keep your hips steady. Don't let them tip or sway. Your shoulders, abs, and glutes all have to fire to keep your body aligned while you move. This move is deceptively tough. It builds anti-rotation core strength and shoulder stability, exactly what you need for controlling scrambles, posting for strikes, or defending takedowns. Perform 3 sets of 12 passes. Here's a fact. Training stability while moving under load teaches fighters to stay balanced and explosive in live combat. Finally, Kettlebell Russian Twist. Sit on the floor with your knees bent and heels hovering just off the ground. Hold the kettlebell close to your chest, lean back slightly, and rotate your torso to one side, touching the kettlebell near your hip. Twist back across to the opposite side, moving with control instead of swinging. Keep your core engaged and your spine long. This drill trains rotational power, oblique strength, and the ability to maintain balance while generating torque. In MMA, that's your bread and butter, hooks, body shots, and even defensive slips all rely on this rotational capacity. Perform 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps per side. Congratulations for completing today's workout. That's it. 10 kettlebell moves every MMA fighter should be training. These lifts will improve your explosive hip drive, strengthen your core, and build the stability and endurance needed to fight at your best. Add them into your weekly program and stay consistent. Train smart and fight harder for best results. I challenge you to perform this workout 2 to 3 times per week. Push the pace and watch your body adapt to fight-ready performance. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's workout, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and share this video with friends and family who may benefit from it too. We look forward to seeing you in our next video. Shredded A's Secrets, Dumbbell Edition revealed.